Hey guys, Boris Lasser from BK Forex. Welcome to our Forex Daily Technicals FX levels for 8/15/13. As always, trading foreign exchange and margin carries a higher level risk than super for investors. I ask you to read this disclaimer very carefully to understand all the associated with trading and margin and seek advice from a beneficial advisor if you have any doubts. Well, very quiet day today for the most part. Little price action that was, I think, noteworthy at all, except maybe for cable. Euro is really just carving out these very narrow ranges, still basically in this 32-33 range to 3300 range, and we're tightening up, as you can see. One of the interesting things, by the way, on a technical basis, this is an inside day today, so we didn't touch the highs, didn't touch the lows. The inside day generally, whichever level it breaks, either the downside or the upside, tends to give a directional clue. So it may be worth watching today for euro to see which way we go. If we take out the highs, we may have more recovery towards the 3350s. We take out the lows, and I think really 32 is very clearly in the sights, and possibly even 3150 on a down move. So definitely worth watching as the night progresses. On dollar yen, we are weakening a little bit as the day opens up. We're basically trading. We tested the lows a little bit today. Didn't do much, but we're still basically capped by the 98.50. And after 2 to 3 days of relatively healthy gains, we saw today, the first day we came back off of it. Possibly, I think, in reaction to the idea that the taper may be off the table in September. The inflation data was relatively tame. There's trouble amongst the retailers in terms of reporting numbers. Basically, it's really missed big. There's a suggestion possibly that while 20% of the population is doing well in the U.S., the rest of the population is doing poorly, and that may keep the Fed on the fence for the time being. So anyways, worth watching dollar yen just to see how we trade. Obviously, Asia is going to be dominated by the Nikkei flows, so we'll see if the Nikkei picks up bid, in which case we'll come back above 98, or if we see more of a move to the downside as we go forward. So definitely worth watching as we proceed. Now, elsewhere on cable, that was probably the healthiest run of the day today. Cable basically took off to run through the 55s. Sorry for all these noises. All my computer's going off. Cable took off through the 55s and kind of held ground above 55, which is relatively bullish. But the real key test is going to be this 56. If we can push through the 56s, we have the retail sales coming up today. If those are positive, that could give us that kind of a boost to possibly test the 56 level on cable. If it's negative, then we could trade right back down towards the 54.50s, possibly the 54s. So we're in this 54.56 range, testing the upper end of it. Looks like it wants to gun higher, but we'll see how it goes as the night progresses. And lastly, Aussie looks pretty good. Looks like Aussie kind of took out the highs actually just as we're speaking now. That was the all the noise in my computer land here. We'll see if that's trading out well. That seems to be doing relatively well on a pro dollar basis here, and we'll see if an anti-dollar basis here. We'll see if the COM dollars can kind of recover towards the 92s as we trade out. The Aussie trading well above 91.50 is a pretty strong comeback after it got rejected 92s. It may make another run towards 92s. And similarly, if we look at the Kiwis, the fact that came through the 80s and now it actually took out the 80.50s also bodes well for a possible test of the 8100. So both areas definitely in sight as we start the Asia session. That's how we shape up for the night. Wishing you guys the best of luck, the best of trading. This is Boris Schlossberg for BK Forex over now.